be with you. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Matthew. Jesus proposed another parable to the crowd, saying, "The kingdom of heaven may be likened to a man who sowed good seed in his field. While everyone was asleep, his enemy came and sowed weeds all through the wheat, and then went off. When the crop grew and bore fruit, the weeds appeared as well. The slaves of the householder came to him and said, 'Master, did you not sow good seed in your field? Where have the weeds come from?' He answered, 'An enemy has done this.' His slaves said to him, 'Do you want us to go and pull them up?' He replied, 'No. If you pull up the weeds, you might uproot the wheat along with them. Let them grow together until harvest. Then at the harvest time, I will say to the harvesters, first collect the weeds and tie them in bundles for burning, but gather the wheat into my barn.'" The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to the Lord Jesus Christ.
St. Paul has a most interesting reading today. I think it's a reading that speaks to us, especially if we've gone through times in our lives where something serious was going on in our own lives or our families' lives or other people's lives, and we prayed to God and God didn't seem to be listening. And we wonder why. Am I not a good person? Has God decided not to listen to me? What's wrong? St. Paul gives us an insight this evening when he says, the Spirit helps us in our weakness because we do not know how to pray as we ought. What exactly is he saying to us? Well, he's simply reminding us of our own human limitations. We can't see into the future. We can't predict what life is going to be like for us an hour, a day, or a year from now. And we know only too well how quickly life's circumstances can change in a matter of hours or a matter of days. As a result, we may sometimes pray for things that would be to our detriment or simply of no relevance a week, a month, a year from now. Sometimes we pray to be delivered quickly from things that would ultimately be to our good. It's easy, very easy, to ask God to provide an easy way out of a difficult situation that we're dealing with. But we also discover that sometimes by having to face a difficult situation for a period of time, our faith, our prayer life, our patience, and our perseverance is deepened. And thirdly, Paul is telling us that sometimes we do not know how to pray as we ought, because we sometimes don't always know what is best for us. Sometimes we act like a child who wants something and doesn't see that it has the potential to really hurt him or her. And it happens to humans. Let me give you an example of that. How many times have people said, I really hope that I win the lottery? And it's interesting, if you go back and look at the history of people where it has been written, of people who have won the lottery, occasionally it works out great. But there have been situations where people have won millions and squandered them just as quickly and said, I'm glad it's gone. Now I can get back to my real life once again. So just because we think that something is good and will make us happy, it's not always so. And for all these reasons, Paul is encouraging each one of us to rely on the Spirit who knows us better than we know ourselves, who knows our future, and who knows ultimately what is best for us. There was a great Greek philosopher by the name of Socrates. He believed in a different kind of God, not the same as us, but he believed nonetheless. But he had great understanding of how you approach your God. He taught his disciples to pray simply for good things, but not to specify them, but to leave to God to decide which good things God figures would be good for us. And Paul, like Socrates, that the essence of prayer is trust. Trust in a God who loves us more than we love ourselves. And of course, the opposite to trust, which we struggle with, is our desire to control the outcomes. And so, we could spend a little time reflecting on that this week. What do Paul's words this evening say to me about my approach to prayer?